Ever failed to meet humanity's standards? Well, fuck those cunts. There's only 7 billion of them. What do they know? And why should 7 billion opinions add up to more than one opinion? Solipsism says that 7 billion minus 1 is 0.
On Friday, Jazzy posted a photo of her and her husband of 6 years, Keenan, in their bathing suits, holding hands on the beach. In the caption, Owens opened up about what it's like to be married to someone with a different body type. Her husband was born fit, as she puts it, and how she struggled for years to embrace her larger frame.
I bet he struggles to embrace it as well. Cunt needs arm extensions. Different body type here serves as both a heroic understatement and a tragic overstatement. Of course, it's easy to see how different their bodies are, so it's easy to assume they have different body types. But do they really? Neither of them is disabled, neither of them has any external damage to the mouth or throat. In short, they are both capable of exercise and diet. We must then accept the assertion that he was simply born fit, and she was simply born with a larger frame. More on that later.
Over the years, this man has loved every curve, every roll, and every stretch mark on my body.
So while Matt's sick everywhere, we have now drank the world's strongest beer.
And a ship!
And yeah, I regret everything.
I never understood why. How could he love something that isn't perfect? How could a man who was born fit love someone like me?
Right, because a man could never care about anything other than looks, because men are so shallow. Never mind you people constantly stating that all men are the same and don't have a full brain between them, we're the shallow ones.
I don't have a flat stomach. I jiggle when I walk. Hell, if I run up the stairs too fast, my body claps.
Can you make it clap? No hands for me.
But now I see I do have the perfect body. Every roll, every curve, and every stretch mark is put on me just perfect to make both of us happy. I love my body, and I finally see why he does too.
What, did you check his browser history? Let me use my logic to put a spanner in your shitty, rusted gears. If you have the perfect body, does it ever change? Because if the way you are right now is perfect and you lose or gain 1 single kilo, you are now different to what you were before, which you said was perfect. You are no longer perfect, and have thus lost the only thing you had going for you. Because you can bullshit yourself and say any given thing is perfect by manipulating the desires and standards of the observer, but you certainly can't say the way that you are is good. You can't say it's healthy, you can't say it's convenient, and you would have to be an Olympic gold-level mental gymnast to say it's aesthetically pleasing to the proverbial reasonable person. And please, don't say that your rolls, curves, and stretch marks were put on you. You have to admit that you did this to yourself. This is precisely why your boy looks so much better than you. He owns his shit.
Some Instagram commenters fat-shamed her and condemned her for promoting being physically unfit. But many others shared their support and words of encouragement. Girl, my body claps too. Can I get a round of applause?
What?
Seriously, unless your body claps like this dude is talking about.
Can you make it clap? No hands for me.
Then no, you don't get a round of applause. You get a round of punches in the face. Applause is used to celebrate a show of extra-normal effort and success. It is not something owed to the unmotivated. Here's the long and short of it, fuckwits. This man was not born fit. Nobody is born fit. You think this nigger came out with a rack like that? You think we got babies breaking coconuts open on their abs? No, he worked his ass off and deserves appreciation and possibly even applause for that. Brief side note. As much as a rack like that ain't genetic, a rack like this is. So maybe that's a bit closer to home, eh? It's not that you weren't born with a rack like this, it's that you were born with a rack like this, and so you think people shouldn't be judged on their bodies. I'll tell you what, I'd smash any of these girls. And you know what? I'm so straight Euclid could derive all two-dimensional shapes using my cock and a compass, but I'd fuck your husband before I lined up for a go on you. He was no more born fit than you were born fat, and you need to accept this. Fine, love yourself, but don't hold your breath on that round of applause from any sane observer. Oh, and if round of applause was a pun on my body claps, then please see it done. If we get the whole body positivity movement together in one place, the continental crust may subduct and literally bury this dark time in history.
I also have a very fit husband, and I've always been very insecure about it, especially when meeting all of his fitness friends for the first time.
This probably bugs me more than it should, but for fuck's sake, lady, his fitness friends? Seriously? They didn't form a fucking group to do exercise because they're so fit. They're so fit because they formed a fucking group to do exercise. Take me, for example. I'm quite fit enough to fulfill my role in society, and I am in the healthy BMI range. But I consider myself woefully unfit to fulfill any kind of active lifestyle. Is it genetic? Fuck no, it's because I sit on my ass all day. I know it's not genetic because my brother actively plays as much sport as he can and exercises in his downtime, and he is fit as fuck. Go fucking figure.
Through it all, Owen said her husband has been her number one fan and supporter.
Then he has done us all a disservice. I don't think fat people should feel bad about failing to be skinny, but I absolutely believe they should not feel good about not trying to reach a healthy weight. And this shit is unhealthy. Any of you smarmy cunts willing to deny the omnibus of scientific evidence proving this is recklessly unhealthy have forfeited all rights to ironically eye-roll when Trump denies climate change. Anyways, let's look at a similar but different article. This one is also about a fat woman embarking on a body positivity journey. But instead of imagining positivity, this one creates it. It's a long article and you're probably itching your ADD glands already, so I'll skim.
A lifetime of overeating had left her severely overweight, and weighing in at 27 stone 1 pound, or 172 kilos, her size had also caused a series of pregnancy complications. She knew why her son was silent and blamed herself. He was grey, and he wasn't breathing. The sight was too much for Emma, and she broke down in tears.
It's all very academic until it happens. A lifetime of overeating and denial brought to a sudden stop, as a car hitting a brick wall, by something that cannot be denied away. A smoker will tell you they are as fit as a fiddle, right up until they are diagnosed with emphysema. The lady from the last article will tell you she is perfectly healthy in precisely the same way, just as this lady did until her son was born lifeless from a cesarean. And I bet dollars to ducats she had exactly the same reaction a smoker has when given the fatal news. Please no. Please just make all my past mistakes go away and I promise I'll be good from now on. I'm so sorry I did the wrong thing and I'm so sorry I was arrogant enough to think it wouldn't affect me. How pathetic all the mental posturing of body positivity looks when placed next to the relentless simplicity of reality.
When I realized Seth wasn't breathing, I understood how selfish I'd been. I wasn't expecting an easy birth, but the seriousness of the situation hit me when Seth was born lifeless. I had nearly killed my baby. Now, nearly 5 years on, Seth is thriving and Emma has lost 13 stone 12 pounds and is a trim size 14.
Fucking good on you, love. Not to be too rude, all things considered, but I do find trim to be a bit of an exaggeration, but I am so fucking proud of you. You do get a round of applause. It was dumb of you to get so fat. It was dumb of you to deny the negative effects it was having on you. But you know what? The worse you let something get, the harder it is to admit that it was your fault. And 172 kegs is a fucking whole lot of your fault. So props for having the guts to acknowledge that you fucked up to the order of 110,000 grams. And I hope you and your son are having a fucking fantastic, dare I say, positive life. I'm skipping a lot here, but it's time to stop, so I'm going to sum it up. This woman had 3 miscarriages at a BMI of 50, but it took a further stillbirth and the man-made miracle of modern medicine in resurrecting her son and answering her desperate prayer for his life, showing her the relief of sins absolved before she turned her life around. My question for any of you who think this is healthy goes as follows. How many dead babies would it take to convince you that obesity isn't just a problem in our heads?